Hello again everyone, so I have another JX08 tutorial for you guys. So what we're going to do today is we're going to use velocity as an activator for pitch modulation. Alright, let's go take a look. Okay, to start off, what I'm going to do is I'm going to cycle to an empty pattern. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold the start button and I'm just going to turn the value knob until I find a pattern that's empty. Okay, not that one. Let's see. Okay, there we are. We have an empty pattern. So again, I held start and I turned my value knob to switch the pattern. So now that I have an empty pattern, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to cycle over to an empty patch. And I can use the value knob this time without holding the start button. And or what you could do is turn off note mode. You can use your bank buttons to change your banks, and then you just find an empty patch. In this case, I'm going to use patch D84. At least actually no, that's not empty. Okay, there we are. D83. Okay, so we have an initial patch and an initial pattern. I'm going to go into sequencer mode, hit start. Sequencer runs, nothing plays. Good. All right, let's exit sequencer mode and let's go into our menu. We'll use the part menu. So right now I'm on part A. and by part I mean layer A in a sense. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cycle over to P velocity. I'm going to click the value button and then I'm going to up that to 3, which is the maximum value. Okay, so basically what this is doing is it's determining the effectiveness, or should I say the impact velocity will have on pitch modulation. And again, I'll walk you through all of those steps. Okay, so now that that's all done, what we're going to do is press the menu button twice just to get back to our patch. And now we'll enter sequencer mode. I'll hold my step button. So we have steps 1 through 16. I'll hold step number 1. And then I'll press the note button. Now what I have the capability of doing is inserting a note or notes, or inserting notes onto that step, as this is polyphonic. But for right now, I'll just deal with one note. A sharp, let's go an octave down. There we are. So there we are. Actually, you know what? Let's go an octave lower. There, no. Well, yeah, no. I'm being indecisive now. Octave higher. There we are. Perfect. Okay. So now, when I start my pattern, you'll hear the note. So let's exit note mode, and there we have it, right? Okay. Now, another thing that I like to do is increase the gate length of the step. What I'll do is I'll use the tie function. So I'll hold my step, and then I'll just press page tie. And what this does is it just extends the note for the next 4 steps. Well, because I pressed the button 3 times additionally. All right, so now when I hit play, we get a longer note. So now let's talk about this whole pitch modulation situation. Okay, so if I go to my initial step here, hold it, and press the value button twice, you have the capability of altering its velocity. Subsequently, you can alter its gate as well. In this case, it's a tie. But let's go back to velocity. What I'm going to do is I'm going to up the velocity to a full 127. Okay, so there we are. Now that velocity is set the way we want it, what we can do now is we can go over to our DCO1 and we can use our, actually, yeah, here we are. Sorry, we go over to the DCO1 envelope attenuator here. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to dial it into its neutral position here. So let's see here. I can actually exit this mode really quickly and just kind of do that because we already know that this is set to 127. Okay, so let's, okay. Notice how the pitch changed. Right. So no modulation. 12 o'clock modulation. All right. Now, right now the pitch is consistent, but let's make sure, let's cycle over here to, let's see, we're going to select envelope generator mode number 1, the attack decay sustain release, the normal attack decay sustain release. All right, let's hit play again. Only this time around, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure that I have envelope number 1 selected, and I'm going to mess around with the attack. All right. Okay, so in effect, what's happening right now is the attack decay sustain release envelope generator. What it's doing is it's influencing a pitch glide. Now, the more of the pitch modulation I dial in, the more intense the effect. Now, with all of that being said, let's see what happens when I change the velocity of the key. So you see, the more intense or the higher the velocity, the more pitch modulation you'll experience. Let's go higher. There we go. Now, you're probably asking the question, why not just use the attenuator to do this? Well, the reason being is because you can alter, this affords you the capability of altering velocity or altering pitch modulation on a per step basis. So if I go here, I wonder if this, well, the notes are tied, but I wonder if, let's see what happens. Okay, so that's dealing with a note tie. So if I untie the notes, then you'll hear it more prominently. Let's see what happens here. Yeah, so in this instance, what I would have to do is untie the notes in order for you to hear the pitch modulation again more prominently. So let's see here. Okay, now let's go over here. Let's hold step number 7. Go into note mode. So we had A sharp before. Let's do a G sharp this time. And let's see, hit the value button, style the pitch modulation down a bit. Cool. All right. Let's see, we're done there. Done there. Actually, let's see, I can hold this step, extend it. Okay, so the velocities are different between this part and this part now. So it's less intense here. And there you have it. Now, conjunction with this, and I discussed this on a previous video, you also have the capability of changing the filter modulation as well. So right now I'm just going to do a quick sound design experiment just to see what happens. All right. Exit sequencer mode, go back here, go to part, and filter volume. Okay, there we are. Let's crank that up, maximum. And let's see here. Go back into sequencer mode. I can hold this step. Go here. Stop the velocity a little bit more. Still lower than the penultimate, or the first note. Okay. Okay. Take envelope 2. Okay. Interesting. Crank that up to its maximum velocity. Sounds like a formant almost. Okay. Little reverb. Let's add an effect here for a moment. Okay. Again, I'm just experimenting with sound just to see what happens. Oh, interesting. But you get the point. So, for the most part, that you get raindrops. Now that's interesting because when the filter closes, you hear the lower frequencies. Anyway, I can do that all day long. But again, you get the point. So basically all we did was we used velocity to control the intensity of pitch modulation on a per step basis. And that's it. There you have it. Alright guys, so that pretty much does it for pitch modulation via velocity with the JX08. If you guys have any questions about this topic or any other topic JX08 related, please let me know. Drop a question in the comments and I'll get back with you as soon as I can. Alright guys, thank you so much. Talk with you soon. Thanks.